Other day we were in the elevator and I was holding my little niece and she was sleeping. And I asked her older sister, right? They're 1.5 and 7 abouts. Oh, is this when you love her the most? When she's sleeping? And she responded, no. I love her the most when she's laughing. So, the little niece is not someone who smiles a lot, unlike my daughter. She's not a happy-go-lucky girl. She doesn't talk a lot, doesn't make a lot of sounds, pretty stoic. And that's her. And I find it very interesting to think about this idea of when do you love someone the most, right? I remember the Dennis the Menace comic, right? Where they're like, oh, he looks like an angel when he's asleep because he's a menace when he's awake. That's what his parents said. And I think about how we adults think of children often as hassles, right? I mean, when they're sleeping, we could do our own stuff. It's nice, right? We're free again. And when they're awake, even when they're laughing, it's still like we have to be there. We have to be paying attention. We're not free. We're not single again. We're not able to go and do whatever we want to do. We have obligations. And yes, it's nice when your baby's laughing, but they don't get there by themselves. It takes work. And they could be crying an hour later or even minutes. And I think we often view life as a series of trade-offs. We don't view it in absolute terms, as in we want this and thus we'll give everything. I mean, that's silly. That's what I guess a kid would do, right? As adults, we have to be smarter than that. We think, okay, so I really want this nice car. I could sell out what I have and get a nice car, but that would be stupid. But a kid might actually do that. I mean, oftentimes they give all this stuff away because they really want this one thing. But as adults, we just know you can't throw everything in one slot. You gotta spread it out, right? And I think back to the idea of when do you love her the most? And I guess, as a parent, right? Do you like your kid the most when they're sleeping? They're so angelic, so peaceful, so quiet. It's so nice, right? I have a disagreement with my wife about what we'll like in our baby because I think I'll like it when she starts talking. My wife said, "Oh, then she'll be talking back, asking all these questions." Like, "Oh, that'll be nice. Bring it on." I don't know what it's gonna be like when I'm actually there, but I do know that we don't look at stuff without a setting as adults, right? We don't look at this person like, oh, they're a wonderful person, ignoring everything else they do in their life just because they did one good deed. We don't forget that this guy was a mass murderer. And I don't know if this is true for kids. I don't study child psychology. But I wonder if they're able to forget more about somebody and focus on that one thing. That's why my niece really loves it when her little sister is smiling. Even though her sleeping would make it much easier for her, not having to protect her writing utensils, her room, blah blah blah, from her sister coming in and wrecking it all. But she loves for her to smile, and all is forgiven when she laughs. Is that the same for us as adults? Can one person's smile and laughter, happiness and joy make us forget everything else that has transpired in our relationship? I don't think so. And is that the beauty of a young kid? The lack of context, the forgetfulness, not remembering all the bad memories, and just saying, I love my little sister most when she laughs.